Roach melted into the cheese on a pizza. Roach running around the box of a pizza. 2 different stores. Restaurant owner changing her baby's diapers on the counter. Yes, another pizza shop. Ceiling crashed from water leak just feet away from me. Owner took sauces from the kitchen to the buffet under the dripping water, which I know dripped into the sauce. Same pizza place as the first. Hey, it's good pizza. So once I went to this McDonald's in Austria on a road trip. Had curry the same evening, ended puking everything out later due to the mixers at around midnight. Food poisoning, including the curry. Seeing the curry on the floor of the shower traumatized me, and now I can't eat curry without PTSD. Went to a Dunkin' Donuts with my brother. He gets a muffin, and after his second bite he reaches in and pulls a 7-inch hair out of his mouth that was inside the muffin. Found a large toenail in some mashed potatoes. It was from a big toe or Andre the Giant's pinky. I complained to the restaurant and received a message 2 days later telling me they wanted to send the offending article off to be checked, but would also require a sample from me. Yes, this happened. I didn't follow it up out of stupidity. I went to an authentic Mexican restaurant in Washington, D.C. It was about 4 so and I was the only one there. I sat at the bar, ordered a beer and a seafood stew. The place smelled great, and I was very excited for my food. The bartender left to the back of the kitchen after taking my order. While drinking my beer at the bar, I see a roach. I think to myself, 1 roach is not that big of a deal. 30 seconds go by and I see another. Another 30 seconds and I see hundreds of roaches all around the bar, on top of tables, behind photos. The fuckers hide while the bartender is up there. They hid under tables, behind liquor bottles, behind pictures, but when she left, they all came out from literally everywhere. I stood up, chugged my beer, waited till the bartender came back, pointed at all the roaches, slammed a $10 bill on the table, and I left. There was a language barrier. I got food poisoning from a Mexican restaurant. I shit my pants twice, popped a blood vessel in my eye from vomiting so hard, and I couldn't even think about Mexican food without getting nauseous for the next 2 years. A co-worker poisoned me. I'm allergic to pork. I always let people know this. It's pretty important. One day she brought in homemade burritos. I asked what kind of meat was in them. I always ask. She went on to explain how they were cooked, and said anyway, beef. I said just beef, verifying because a lot of Mexican food gets pork thrown in when it's traditional. She said yep, just beef. So I ate it. About 30 minutes later, I started to feel ill. I tried to stick it out, but another hour, and I had to go home. Chills and sweating, vomiting, the runs, headache. All through the rest of the day, and overnight. I had to stay home the next day too. She texts me and asks if I'm okay. I tell her no. She says she hopes that her food didn't make me sick. Thinking it was the flu or something this whole time, I tell her it would only do that if it was pork. She says it was 1/2 and 1/2, you didn't ask. I almost murdered her.